All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? I hope everyone can hear me. Let me know if you can't. I got a new setup with the mic right here. It's right in my face, and then I got new lights. I did a little mic test yesterday just to see how it went, and it looks like it went well. It sounded like it was good, and the lights are all in my face, so it's great. It's a different setup here. It's a little different for me to have bright lights on my face. But we're just getting started here. I'm gonna quick manage the remainder of my series. Probably actually, or actually no, I'm probably just gonna simulate these games. And we'll jump into this one, which will be the second one against Miami. Will Jacobs and Andres Santiago, a 4-game series to start the season for the Kings. So we'll go through this. Riddle breaks his leg in the second game of the season. Oh my gosh. So I gotta mess with this now. That's fantastic. I hate these injuries early on. It probably means Fujita plays shortstop. So should I bring up an outfielder instead? Because he was acting as one of my starting outfielders. What's up, Michael? Michael Stacks in the house. Welcome. Probably gonna bring Mesoraco back. And then I'll figure out the minors later. Kings don't have 4 valid lineups. Come on now. Just started simulating and I got an injury already. It's gonna be my starting shortstop Bradley Riddle is gonna be out for at least a month, maybe 2. So I gotta mess with some things and get him a replacement. It's gonna be Mesoraco coming up, and there we go through this series. Manning should be fine. I'm not worried about it here. What's up, Noble? We just simulated. Bradley Riddle is gonna be out for a month to 2 months. Unfortunately, Kings off to a great start though. We're gonna be 4-1 entering this game. Took 3 out of 4 from the Mets, who won the division. I'll keep saying that. The Mets won the division. We beat them 3-1 here. And then we take the first game from the Marlins. I want to check in on the Spiders. Haven't seen them since opening day. They're 2-2. We'll see them tonight. I'll play as the Spiders after my class is done. So I have a class until about 9 o'clock tonight. And then I'll jump on right at 10 o'clock and play as the Spiders. But we'll play as the Kings now. I'll set this up, and then I'm going to save real fast right before we jump in. Bradley Riddle is out, new from today. I hope everyone can hear me. I did a quick mic test yesterday. Just let me know if anything sounds weird, and I'll try to mess with it for the next stream. Same with the lighting, if the lighting looks odd. I think it looks good right now from what I can see, but let me know what you guys think, and if anything seems wrong necessarily. So here we go. Again, we'll play the second game of every series. I'm actually going to swap Cabrera and Jacobs here since Cabrera's at full energy. So we won't pitch with the same pitcher twice in a row. Jacobs was great for us, though. He even had a couple hits. And we ended up scoring 20 runs on opening day just a couple days ago. Nice. That was the taste that remained in my mouth until today. Cabrera started the only game we lost so far this year. And JC should not be that tired. What's going on here? Mesoraco was 6 at-bats. He probably started twice. Or maybe only once. Either way, let's... I gotta figure out who I want to play at shortstop here. Escobar doesn't play short. Fish doesn't play short either, so I can't have all 3 of those guys, including Getz, in the lineup. So bring Getz in later. Let's put in Ortega to play shortstop now. I haven't started with him before. What's up, Troy? Yeah, now I have a shadow. I think I had a shadow before, but now it's a more consistent shadow. It's better lighting at this point. I got a few free LED lights from a friend who stopped using his. So that's why we got the new ones. I'm still getting used to them being in my face. But there we go. These are the lineups. Not many changes for those Marlins. The pitcher they have was previously a Giant. That's Andres Santiago. But just getting started
From
here
Cobb County,
with a
Georgia, we
bonus
welcome
stream
you to
on this
baseball
Thursday
from
afternoon.
Truist Park.
Sony
We've got
San
an
Diego, of course,
NL
is gonna do
East
their
contest
stream,
tonight
for a
between the
couple hours,
Miami
so
Marlins
we'll
and the
probably go up
Kings.
until then.
Who's going to win this showdown
Just the one
between
game
these
as
two?
usual.
Find out
Then I'll
next.
play another one later tonight. That'll be my 10 o'clock p.m. Start Central Time. I get a tan. That's good. I need to be ready
Miguel
for the summer
Cabrera,
here. It's not
the
long
right-hander
enough for
from
me to
Venezuela,
get
gets the
during
starting
summer.
nod in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't a particularly good one.
I don't think they're those kinds
Lasted
of lights,
5
though.
innings and ended up taking the loss. He's a much better pitcher than that, and I think he's looking to at least, hopefully, pitch into the 6th or 7th inning in this one.
Striding in, Travis Berry. He'll get us
Is
started
that
in
better,
this
Double?
one
Or
under
anybody
the
else?
lights.
Am I louder than the game now? Is it too loud? Let me know. Again, I'm with a new mic.
Pitch of the
It's a little
at-bat
different.
on its way.
Picks up the sound a little different.
Turned on
and,
that one and crushed it.
just
Just
haven't really
pulled
been
it a
able to
little
mix
foul.
it in game yet. So let me know. These Marlins. In game is still too loud. Okay.
First pitch, 7-11.
I don't want to have it be too quiet though. I'd rather have you guys still hear, you know, Mad Vesters and from time to time.
And this ball's heading for the
Game
seats
volume is
down the
still
right
too loud?
side as the count.
You guys want no game volume? Is that what it is?
Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. And the
That's
third
better now?
baseman will
Okay.
have a look
Yeah,
at
keep me
it, but
updated
this
if you
is
guys
back into
hear
the
anything or
seats.
see anything weird. Let me know. Hello, Randogo. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting started. Miguel Cabrera on the mound here against the Miami Marlins.
The
I
next
had some
0-2
trouble with them
misses,
last
and
year. They
that'll
had a few
move it to
guys who
1 and
just
2 now.
wrecked my
Well, the
pitching.
mercury has dipped under 50, 49 degrees here at first pitch.
A little too loud, you think? Okay. I'll keep putting it down. I'm gonna try that.
The 1-2. Pulls this one in the air out to left.
You should get to
Left
this one. He's a
fielder
common
giving
defender,
chase.
makes the play.
He
Got my
gets there
shortstop
and makes
playing
the
in
play
left
for
field.
the
He was
first
rookie of the
out.
year last
And
year.
here's how the
Here's
visiting
the Marlins
Miami
lineup.
Marlins will line
A couple
up in this
defensive
one.
whizzes
Dan,
at the
please,
top,
who
and
you
then Shaw's a
focused on?
fantastic
I'll
switch
keep an eye on
hitter.
the leadoff guy and see what he can
Baldwin,
do in
Little,
this
and
one.
Gravo.
He's got a
Anderson,
5-game
Royal,
hitting
who's a
streak going.
utility
If you gotta
guy,
start
and then
those big
Santiago
streaks
is the
somewhere.
pitcher.
I like
For
the way
these
he's
Marlins,
swinging
I'll
the
play
bat right
nationally
now.
with the
Great
DH
approach, very
off, and then
comfortable.
American League
Let's
with the
see if that
DH
streak
on, as
continues
is
today.
tradition.
Junior Gonzalez comes on with one
I'm
away.
going to play
as
as
he
the
looks at
Spiders
ball.
tonight. You'll
It's
see my
1-0.
DH, of course.
Guys, we take a look at the home 9 as they take the field tonight. Tough to complain about the start they're off to. 4 wins
Yeah,
in
off to a
their
great
first
start.
5
We're
games.
4-1
Yeah,
after
maybe.
simulating. I won the first game, opening day,
baseball
and then
right
this
now.
is
Through
the
the
second
first
game of
5
this
games
series
of his
against the
homestand.
Marlins. Another ball over there.
Looking for some bigger and
Yeah, no
better
chance for
things.
you to
we
get
had
to
a
that.
chance to sit down before the game after BP
Did I
with
have
the
Dove?
manager. He was really pleased with the way his team has played in these last
Yeah, no
5.
chance.
Let's see if it continues today.
And he'll get
I should
in
have just
there
thrown it
safely.
straight into third there.
The first
At the plate, Derek Shaw.
There's Derek
No
Shaw,
balls and
big
1
first
strike.
baseman from Wisconsin.
Gonzalez
As you may know, I'm
stands
also
at
from
third
Wisconsin,
with 1
live in
gone the
Milwaukee.
inning. 1-1 now the count of the Marlins first baseman.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation.
Well, that one
job at
missed,
the
though?
plate
Come
to
on
lay off
now.
a tough pitch in a
Whoa.
good spot.
1-1, here it is.
There we go.
Swing and a miss on the cut fastball, 1-2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one.
If you guys
Behind the
want to take a look, I
plate
did
is Matthew
update my
Ross.
Well, D-Row, you
Twitch
better be
page.
ready to
I
swing.
added
With Matt
a
Ross behind
about
the dish,
section
big zone. Yeah,
in
you
my
know
Twitch,
coming
and there's a
into
few
this
more
one, you
links
better
there.
pull the
And then I
trigger.
added my
If
tipping
something's
page
close,
on the
Matt
account
Ross
as
is gonna
well.
punch
Of course,
your
you don't
ticket.
have to tip. It's just on there for the people
Tough
who'd
pitch
like
to lay
to.
off there,
if you
but he
really
did,
do
and
want
it's
to.
even up at 2-2.
Wow, really close pitch on 0-2. That just
Feeling
missed.
good about
If he
year
hits
2
that
here
spot right
with
there
the
again,
Kings.
he might get the call next
What's
time.
up, Chris Jono? Welcome. Watching from out of the States. I don't have many people
Hoping to
who
send
watch
him
out of the
packing,
U.S.,
pitch on its
but
way. And he misses
glad
with
that,
one
you're
here. It's
here.
ball 4.
What's up, Jake?
So that'll
Welcome,
at least
buddy. Are you
bring the
streaming
double
today?
play into the
Jake
conversation
exclusive?
with runners at the corners and
another
one
guy who
away.
plays with the roster. He is in the World Series right now with his
Standing
fantasy
in,
drafted
Bobby Baldwin,
roster.
looking for better results
This is
than
Bobby
last
Baldwin, a
night when he
masher
went
at
0
center
for
field
4
for
in
the
that
Marlins.
one. Pitch to the plate is a sinker
Nice
for a
pitch
call,
there right on the
strike
corner.
1.
With some traffic on the base paths, nice job by the
Later,
pitcher
nice.
to execute strike 1.
And it's fouled
Yeah,
away.
try not to do it during the actual Sony stream. I'm sure that most people who are interested in MLB The Show 21 will be
Now
watching
the 0-2
that.
pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just
You think
reared
so?
back
Isn't
there.
that-
2 away.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout.
Be better.
It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs.
I think it's 5 Central for us,
Basically, you
Jake.
need a hit, or you need to get
Believe.
lucky with a wild pitch or a
We're just getting
fastball.
started here in Atlanta. I got 2 outs. They have a runner on third base. This is Ryan Little hitting, the left fielder
Into the
for
box
Marlins.
now, Ryan.
Of course, we're playing with my roster. This is Bacon's fictional franchise using Bacon's fictional roster. I am Bacon96_OS. Follow me on Twitter. It's Bacon's Fictional. Post updates about the roster. Hopefully Sony tells us how the rosters are going to work moving forward. I still think there's a chance that we'll be able to use my roster in LB21. If not, you're going to see me playing this this roster on this game a lot instead. But I've had fun with this franchise. I got one team that's really on the rise, and I got one team that's still working on it.
Well, he was definitely
appreciate it,
looking
Noble.
fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
And that's a 4-pitch walk to Ryan Little. I don't mind that. This is Graybo next, and I usually take care of Graybo pretty easily. Dude swings at a lot of pitches out of the zone. Big Masher, though, can play 3 of the 4 infield spots, not shortstop. Really good against left-handed pitching, contact, and power bat. He's got that big wind when he throws the bat right in front of the plate, or right over the plate even. We're exploding towards the ball. It's one of my favorite stances in the roster, actually, Caleb Graybo's batting stance. Got no 2 count here. I'm just going to throw a non-competitive slider. Yes, sir. Hit the meter at least. It wasn't where I wanted it, though. Oh, and that one misses too? Come on now. This is a big inning from Cabrera already. We're at 25 pitches. Still working on getting the 3rd out here. Cabrera was my ace up until I signed Will Jacobs. Got him in free agency. And there's a big strikeout of Graybo. So there's no damage here. A couple runners left the board. We're off and running here in Atlanta.
No score on the show.
This is Andres Santiago making his first start here for the Marlins. He's a Giant by default.
We're looking at one of the top pitchers in the league.
Nice ERA there, only at 3. Not a great record. He was probably, what, the 4th or 5th starter on one of the better teams last year. Giants did make the playoffs.
One controls the running game. A real solid pitcher.
Hello, Iggy. Welcome.
Like he did last year.
That's my mom, actually. She made all the emotes.
In this campaign.
Thank you for
Now
that.
at the plate, J.C. Ray. He'll lead things off here.
And then actually, if you guys look on my Twitter, or if you look on my my Twitch, actually, I got a new little banner at the top. I had a friend make those as well. He offered to do so. That's Crazy Coach. If you guys aren't already following Crazy Coach, you should be. He's playing with the Royals. He should be playing tonight.
They have to find a way to play a little bit more fundamentally sound. Start there first.
Yeah, Chris. The main reason is
Take a step back right here.
to reduce retirements year 1, because those guys will retire instead of major league players, or instead of some free agents that I'd rather have continue on to year 2. So the main reason is just to fill the minors and then have them be released or retire after year 1. They make no major league impact. You might see them in Double-A and like a Road to the Show, but that's about it. They're just in there as fillers. And I could make, older pitchers, like 30-year-old, minor leaguers, and have those guys retire too, but I haven't been able to do that quite yet. But actually, so when I started the roster too, it was just a 25-man roster, so the first release was just the major league teams. And then the minors were filled with all these new pitchers and new fielders, and then as I filled it even more, those guys got reduced even more, and then eventually turned into, just having about 20 to 30 of them. There's Escobar with a nice infield single.
Yeah, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody.
Yeah, if you want to take them off, you can. Those are the guys I would replace if you have like your own players you want to put in there instead. But they're there to reduce retirements first year for any like major league players. But there's a lot of guys I have in the majors that aren't exactly or shouldn't exactly retire after 1 year.
Into the box, Chase
But
Parker.
that's going to go
A
foul.
swing and a shot hit down the
And those
corner.
players are just in there to
Definitely
slow
had the
that
distance,
process
but
down.
it winds up a foul ball.
Get a lot more year 2. And like Bacon's fictional roster legend, Woody Rockwell won't retire after year 1 if you still have those new pitchers in there.
Ball and a strike.
And the 42-year-old will keep playing into a second season of a franchise in that case.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. A ground ball to
Parker
third,
just
and
hits
they could
bullets
get
everywhere.
There's one on to first. As
Seriously,
they get the double
right at the
play
third
to get him
baseman
out
that
of the
time.
inning.
But Chase Parker has
Around
been
the horn they
fantastic
go.
for me, just hitting
5
balls
to 4
after
to
everybody.
3 to
At
end the
everybody.
threat. Back to Truist Park following this.
I'd rather have hard contact like that than just a dribbler that turns into a double play. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, if anyone else has any questions too, go ahead and ask them on here,
Into
ask
the
me
box
on
now, AJ
Twitter.
Anderson. Couple of
I'll
hits
answer
for
pretty
him
much any
and 4
question you have
trips
about
to
the roster.
plate last night.
Try to explain why I did things the way I did, why some things are a little different than in the actual rosters and live rosters, and why
First
certain
off, right
players
on
are
its
the way
way.
they are. Because there's a lot of purpose
Fastball
behind
in
a lot of
there
these.
for a called strike.
Jake, you can add your own cap. I know you did add your own cap onto your own franchise.
And this is high, a ball and a strike.
Do it again with your new Red Sox one too, buddy.
1-1.
Yeah, once
this
you
is
that's
hit
not where I
high
wanted that
and
pitch.
deep out to left.
Once you
And
download the
this
roster,
one
it
is
is yours.
gone.
You're
A
welcome to do
home
any
run.
changes you want to it. You can change appearance, batting stances, attributes of any single player or every single
Solo
player.
shot here to left.
And
First
the
home run
roster
of the
is yours
campaign
once you
for
download it
as
from the
the
vault.
Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
Make whatever change you'd like. I'm happy to have provided the base for the people who
that
need to
swing
make
has
these
to
rosters.
feel good right there.
And
If
then
you
I
look
actually
at the
know of a few
numbers,
people who
this guy
make
does not give up many long balls.
classic
To take
rosters,
him deep in
1980s,
this spot
1970s
certainly is huge.
rosters, and they use my players as some fillers. So I think my players are great for filling a roster too. If you don't want to have like the Rays, be full of nobodies, you can have them be full of average
At the
guys
plate
from
now,
Bacon's fictional
Benny
roster,
Royal.
or something along those
As
lines.
the first pitch to him is in there
The
for
next
a called
Jacoby
strike
Ellsbury, I love
one.
it.
Royal is
Just make
often
sure he signs with the
heralded for his
Yankees after he's done with your
defensive
squad.
capabilities patrolling the
And he will be
outfield. So
Jacoby
much, in
Ellsbury.
fact, it's not
That dude
uncommon
really
to
fell
hear the
off.
word
Just lots of
elite
injuries
when
once he
used
got
in
that
talking
Yankee
about his
contract.
skill set. So I guess it goes without
The
saying
0-2
that
pitch
his
to Royal.
pitcher teammates always appreciate having him out there behind them.
No
Yeah, he
chance.
just seems to be in the right place at the right time. I don't know if he could see the signs from out there, but it almost seems like he gets a jump before the pitch even reaches home plate.
Big strikeout after the home run.
Stepping in now.
And here's
Andres
Santiago, the starting pitcher.
And on the first pitch, he hits it in the air to right.
Here comes the right
Attaboy
fielder.
Hopkins.
He
Hopkins
gets
isn't
there,
great on
makes the
defense,
play for the
but
second out of
at
the
least makes the
inning.
routine plays, it seems. He's also got a pretty big arm, so he works in right field.
Into the box now.
Just need him to hit, and then it's worth
Flew
having a
out his
liability
last
out there in
at-bat.
right field.
Now the pitch.
Of course, he's my cleanup hitter today.
Line drive to left. That gets down, and the inning
I am
will
not hitting the
continue.
corners to start this one.
He'll get it into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a two-base hit.
Hey, after that hit right there, Hero, that extends his
A
hitting
little different
streak to
start than
6 games.
Yeah, no
opening
doubt
day
about
here.
it.
We're
6
down
days
one
in a row
run. They're
with
still
knocks
threatening
will
here with
help
the
you
middle of
sleep
their
better at
lineup
night,
coming
man.
up.
In now, Junior Gonzalez. 1-0 the count. A ball and no strikes.
Ah, nowhere near it.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Fouled off.
It is 2-1 now. To Gonzalez,
Here's
the
the
two-hitter for
2-1.
these Marlins.
And that's upstairs.
Nowhere
running the
near
count to
this. I'm not
3-1.
missing the meter by that much. It shouldn't be
Derek
this
Shaw
far
will be
away.
next if they
3-1
can keep this
pitch
inning
now.
alive.
Here it is
And
on
the
the
2-2
corner.
sinker falls in there.
To
3-2 now.
Cabrera, or from Cabrera.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base
And
open.
the
to work
changeup
with.
misses.
There's ball 4.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him
Here's
anything
Shaw, the
over
three-hitter
heart of
for
the
these
plate yet,
Marlins.
So we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Out in front of it, strike 1.
Over 1,000 career hits for Shaw.
Big swing and a miss.
0-2 now. Let's go.
Behind in the count 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively.
And the slider down. Cabrera with a big strikeout right there.
And that will do it.
To end the inning, so the Marlins only get one. It's a home run from their catcher, A.J. Anderson. I actually really like the Marlins catchers in Bacon's fictional roster. The other one is Desi Ruiz. Nice left-handed bat. Good guy off the bench. And just a great backup to have on your team. Desi Ruiz. Percy Hopkins. He had a second home run. Had one for us on opening day. Troy, it just doesn't work that often, so it's not exactly worth the hassle. Especially at second base.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Online it's a little different. Sometimes guys like to consistently take leads, and the game knows that. But offline, not so much. You can't exactly get the CPU unless you have a pitcher that's a pickoff artist, or you get like just a good move. It just doesn't happen that often.
That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
So no, I don't try too often. 1-2 now to Hopkins.
And he struck him out.
See, I knew that curveball was going to stay in the zone. I was really hoping that I could at least catch it and fight it off. Nothing there, though.
That wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best two-strike approach either.
Just wanted to follow it off. Yeah, Troy, exactly that, too. Team just keeps going. This is a big home run from Mason Franklin. Oh, my goodness. You'll love to see it. He had one on opening day as well. It's his second one this season. Mason Franklin, our veteran, power-hitting first baseman, with a home run, and we tie it up here in the second inning. Mason Franklin. 415 feet. I love the home run cam. I absolutely love the home run cam. I know there's some people on OS who don't, and other people on Twitter who I've read want to get rid of it, but I love the home run cam. Knowing when you get it, getting a perfect, and launching it out to the seats. Fujita just batting 111. Awful start for the reigning Rookie of the Year.
That evens it up 1-1.
Got him from the Cincinnati Reds in trade last year. If you want to trade for Elijah Fujita, you can find him very easily in the Reds AA. Plays all over the place. Almost a defensive liability though, so I wouldn't exactly play him anywhere.
On the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
That's a called strike 3 from Santiago. Here's Jake Fish.
So striding in,
Gold Glover from last year. Former Brewer and Cub. He's originally a Brewer on Bacon's fictional roster. Had a couple big doubles for me on opening day. Big Fish.
In tight here with the first pitch.
We had a few players with some big hits on opening day, actually. It's difficult to score 20 runs without having a bunch of hits like that.
On the screws to shortstop,
and at least we're hitting the ball hard.
The side.
Mason Franklin with the home run, and we tie it in the second, 1-1 through 2 frames.
Solo home run knocks things up. We've played 2.
We're just getting started in Atlanta.
Top
this is
of
Bobby
the third
Baldwin
set to get underway, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Bobby Baldwin.
So Baldwin's kind of a stopgap kind of player until Monty Hillman comes up. They could have both players on their Major League roster at once, but they're both really similar kinds of hitters. Hillman turns into pretty much a 5-tool guy in center field, and Baldwin's just a little bit less than that. He's a good enough defender and then hits well, but not so much against left-handed pitching.
I'd rather give you 6 inches
Hopkins gets to that one
than to have you call that high fastball.
Good power and contact against righties. This is Ryan Little, left fielder. He's one of the few left fielders I have with a big arm.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat.
Just because Dwayne Scott, for the most part, also has a big arm as a right fielder for these Marlins. So it just made sense for their team to kind of have Little in left field instead of right field. He's more of a right field prototype kind of player.
Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Racing back to center fielder.
And I'm not going to get to that. I am so bad at trying to rob home runs. I literally can't ever do it. So that's Ryan Little with the home run. just over the fence there in left center.
Shot here to left center field.
And it's 2-1 very quickly.
For him as the Marlins take
This,
the lead.
this
It's
is not a
now
prototypical
2-1
Bacon's
ball game.
Fictional roster game. Usually you don't see 3 solo home runs for the first 3 runs of a ball game. That's how this one's going. You get a different game every time out. Less power than you see usually in the majors in real life.
If he wants to stay in this one for a while.
Cabrera's giving up hard contact. Was that 2 home runs, a triple, and a double already? We're just in the 3rd inning.
He went down on strikes in his first at bat.
Nice fastball in the corner there. 0-2, you know I'm dropping that slider again.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
1 out, nobody on. Hit down the third
His
baseline.
fish should get to this one. Diamond defender makes the throw across.
And there are
He
two
did have a
away
throwing
now.
error on opening day, but that was my fault. I used the meter and just didn't hit the meter right.
Now batting,
Opening
A.J.
day.
Anderson. He went deep in his first at bat. We'll see what he's got in store.
Yeah,
for
Troy,
us
there
here.
are a few pitchers like that. The first one that comes to mind is Vince Cartwright. He's a switch pitcher and a switch hitter. That is a two-way player. Probably the most overpowered
Sends
player
that
on the
one out of
roster.
play for strike 1.
But he falls off the table
Two out,
after
nobody on.
year 2 or so in the franchise.
Looked like the
And then there's a
sinker
bunch of
there
other
dipped a little below the
players
knees.
that hit well. A few other pitchers that hit well. I mean, but he's the
Line to
best
right
one for
side.
sure.
But
And then there are a few
foul
players with
ball.
secondary positions. I'm not going to say specifically who they are, but there's some with a first baseman secondary and a
Slapped
few
hard
with
the
outfield
opposite way.
secondaries.
And that falls in for a
And that
solid
kind of
base
reflects
hit,
on
his
how
second of the night.
some
So
pitchers
good
are
work
used
on
in
a
real
1
life
and
as
2
well.
count to get on base.
Nice execution right there.
Yeah, you
Kept
can
that
make
balance
any
on a
pitcher play a
nasty
secondary
breaking ball.
position.
His
I could
hands
make my
stayed
worst
back and
fielding
he was
pitcher
able to
play
fight
center
it
field or
off for a base
shortstop if
hit.
I wanted to right now. And no, I won't
At
make
the
that as a
plate
viewer
now,
reward.
Benny Royal, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty.
Royal
at
is not
strike
catching up to
1.
my fastball. That was
0
just
for 1 here in
91
the
he was
early
behind
going.
it.
Well above the
Cabrera
letters
just
with the
can't throw
fastball
strikes,
that
though.
time.
With any consistency here.
Liner toward right center. And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. Anderson rounds third and is digging for the plate.
Give up another run.
Safe at the plate. And they now
Hate to
lead
see it.
by
I
2.
hate when my outfielder just jogs to it like that. That's a play at the plate all the way.
Because
it's a slow catcher running the bases. He just didn't have a chance to get the out there because he wasn't trying to get to the ball in the gap.
And the hitter is in scoring position on second.
One of the most annoying
Into the
things
box,
in
Andres Santiago has so
in
come
the-
up
in
empty
fielding-
that
in the
time on
fielding
a sinker at
mechanics in
strike
the
1.
show.
Runner in scoring position with 2
that should
gone.
not have been a run.
And a good pitch there as this ball swung on and popped straight up the chute right around.
Marlins
home
get
plate.
2 more. It's now
Parker
3-1.
is there,
Midway through
and
the
the
third.
side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Miami's out in front, 3-1. Bottom of the
Here's
third
Ortega,
now,
guy
and
I signed
that'll
in
bring
free
up the
agency,
switch-hitting
Benito
shortstop.
Ortega. He's a
Benito
utility infielder, was previously
Hey, we're still in
with
early
the
stages of
Baltimore
this. We're
Orioles.
only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Ball
He's my
1 to
8th
start
hitter
the
today.
at-bat.
Just 1 hit in 10 at-bats.
Perhaps a little
Love
low
a
there.
walk to
It's
start the
2-0.
inning. Have the pitcher bat second. That's Miguel Cabrera. Oh, and that's not
2
even
balls and a
close.
strike.
Swinging at a
That
2-0
pitch
curveball that
was so
falls
slow
off the
it
plate.
barely registered on the radar gun.
Yeah, Matt, we don't see too many pitches crawling to the plate
And I'm
like
late on
that.
an 88
Especially
fastball.
these days, that can be a really tough pitch for a hitter to wait.
Troy,
back
yeah,
on.
that would be a fun game. I'd have to do it every once in a while, though. I couldn't do that. Let that be allowed every single game. Royal tracks that one down. That was a nice play right there by a right fielder. He's primarily a center fielder, though, so it makes sense. He has good reaction out there in his secondary still.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Santiago was pouring in the strikes here. That's another curveball. If he doesn't throw strikes that are actual strikes, he at least throws ones that are close enough, and I
Swung
think
on
that
and
they are,
lifted
so I
in the
swing
air
at
to
him.
left center. Little will range to his left
Cabrera
as he tracks
with a
this one
lazy
down
fly
in
ball,
left
nothing
center
there.
for the second out of the inning. Here's the first pitch to him. J.C. Ray is at the plate as he looks at ball 1.
Kind of surprised not to see a fastball on the first pitch there. The guy's probably taking at least one pitch to give his pitcher a chance to sit down after he already made the second
Oh, come
out.
on. That was a
And
ball.
this catches the outside corner, strike one.
Come on.
2-1.
Hey, struggling to find
2-1 now to JC. Top of my order right here.
Somehow he's just got to find that feel because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
That's a ball
And it
now.
misses.
Now I'm finally
3-1
getting a
now.
good look at the curveball.
Hey, after those two breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Just keep throwing that one. I'll try to keep taking it.
This is pulled
JC,
into
that's a
right.
single.
And he
Oh!
dives to make a spectacular catch.
No.
What a play
Benny
that
Royal
in
is
the
putting on a
inning.
show
Worth
defensively.
the
The
second
first one was a lot more
here as
routine,
this is a beauty
but
to
this
end the
one
inning. Don't go anywhere. More
was
Tuesday
not.
Night
What a
baseball
catch by
after
Benny
this.
Royal. The right fielder today for the Miami Marlins. With an outstanding catch.
Welcome back to Truist Park, just outside Atlanta, as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
And here's Heidi Whitney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Marlins offense with their manager between innings. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra
That's right,
base
J-Hack.
hits on the
Flat
stat
out.
sheet, guys.
Thank you, Heidi.
I really hope that we can just
Now
turn
to
off
the
Heidi
plate,
Whitney
Travis
and LB
Berry will
21.
try to follow up the double in his last
I think that's
at-bat
at the top of
with
my
another
wish list
big hit
now.
right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a game.
This has not
maybe
been a good
once
game for
week.
us.
So he
On the
certainly
bump or at the
capitalized
dish.
on it last time.
Parker had a good swing, but other than that, nothing
Into the
going on
box
here.
now, Junior Gonzalez. It was a walk.
And they're
in
already
his
back
last
to the
trip.
top of their order.
Hey, pitchers, you better
This is the
start
third
taking
time
notice of
through
this
for the
guy.
Kings.
You better be circled on that
Or for the
lineup,
Marlins,
Parks,
excuse
'cause
me.
He's on fire. That's his second hit of the ball game right there, and I don't see him stop.
There we go. Slider on the edge.
Slider clocked in the mid-80s there. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2. I'm going to try a change up down. Oh, right past my
Liner in there for a base hit.
defense first, third baseman with a biff. Yeah, that is
So
an
you can
error.
mark that one down as an E5.
This just feels like a game we have no chance of winning. That was a tailor-made double play right at my third baseman, and he olays the ball right into left field.
They'll start him with a sinker here, but
Exactly
that
what I was
seems
trying
a
to
bit
get.
Too much that time. It's
This
1-0.
is Derek Shaw hitting now.
And it's a
The
called strike to
three-hitter
even the
for
count
these
at 1.
Marlins.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to
I
walk
get
them
that
all
changed
in,
down
he'll
again.
take
Let's
it.
get a double play here.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
There it is, right at
Oh,
Ortega.
he
Oh
can't
my
come up
God!
with it.
How do you do this?
And the throw will be too
Oh, and we're not
late.
gonna
He
get any
can't
outs.
recover in time. So chalk that one up as an E6, and he really can't believe
So that's
it.
back-to-back errors. To load the bases here for the cleanup hitter of the Miami Marlins, it's Bobby Baldwin. I have never seen something like that. That was the first one was right to my third baseman, and that was right to my shortstop. Both of them could have been double plays. Both of them should have been double plays.
First offering on its way.
Ridiculous.
When you're hitting in a
And
situation
they're both
like
defense
this,
first
you
kind
have
of
to
players,
find
so
a
it's not the
way
ratings.
to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with
I'm
all
missing
the
all over the
pressure.
plate,
You're
too.
looking
That
to
was a
keyhole
sinker right
something
down the middle.
of the plate and drive some runs in.
The 1-1 home is a fastball offered
Always
at
by
and
him.
missed.
Hey,
Got
as a
that slider
former
down again. I
infielder,
got a couple
nothing hurts your
strikeouts in this
heart
already.
more than making errors behind your pitchers. Let's see
There
if
we
this guy
go.
can pick
Nothing
up
for
something.
Baldwin there.
And a
The
swing
slider
and a
coming
miss
down
on
and
a
in
huge
to a
first
left-handed
out there
hitter
as he sets
for
him
Miguel
down
Cabrera's
swinging
fifth
with the
strikeout of the
bases
ball
loaded.
game. And now he is an actual double play ball away from getting out of
The
this.
best ones have that late action that just darts at the last
Beautiful.
minute.
Here's Caleb
They're so
Bravo.
tough to get the bat on.
This is
When
Ryan
you've
Little
got
first,
that
then
good
Caleb
slider
Bravo.
going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
So now to the
There
plate.
we go. Fastball
Ryan
up for a
Little.
strike.
Strike one to start the at-bat.
Little had a home run in the third inning. That was the
3-1
Marlins'
is
second
our score
run.
here in inning number 4. Left side.
Fish gets to that one.
One
To
there.
Escobar.
Relay
And to the first
in
baseman
time,
Franklin.
just
And
like that,
Cabrera
decided
doesn't
to
give up a
retire.
run
Just
after
what the
having the
doctor
bases
ordered.
loaded and
He
nobody
gets the
out.
double play to get him out of the inning. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this.
Troy, yeah, I don't think the players are allowed to. No, the players don't really have any lives off the field in
Leading
the
off
show.
the inning, Raul
You don't get
Escobar.
steroid
And they'll
suspensions.
need
You
him
don't
to
get
something going here.
Things not looking
you know,
very good
players
so far.
getting injured on their
Still
ranch,
in the middle innings,
and
they're down
I
by
don't think
a
anyone's
couple
trying to
of
throw
runs,
the
and
game. No.
This would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
This curveball, I'm
Swing
nowhere
and a miss,
near
and
it
he's
for the
in
most part.
hole 0-2
Just
now.
hoping that it's a ball every time.
And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff.
That one's off the plate, 2-2 now.
He certainly looked ready for a breaker on
Raul
that pitch.
Escobar, previously of the St. Louis Cardinals. That's another ball.
And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this
That one's
could
gonna
be a
drop.
productive inning.
Yeah, no
And a
chance,
base
Benny.
hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
So Royal made 2 outs in the last inning. He didn't have a chance getting to that one, though. We get a leadoff single with 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Yeah, no life outside the show. Exactly, yeah. Sounds just like me, yeah.
At the plate, Chase Parker, as he takes a cold strike at the
No, they're
knees. It's
strictly
0-1.
players.
He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Chase Parker, my power hitting catcher.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
God, I'm nowhere near it. Again, I am not feeling this
That
curveball.
was an ugly swing. If I'm
That was an
pitching right now, I'm
awful
throwing that
swing.
same pitch again. That was ugly.
Yeah, keep throwing it.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the
He's not
zone.
throwing it for strikes a lot, and I keep
That's
swinging
pretty
at it, though,
much a
because it
no-brainer
looks
right
good.
there.
It looks
Guy
good
misses
enough
that
to begin
bad on a curveball, you've
begin
gotta throw
with.
him another one. That was better
There
recognition
we go,
there.
2-2.
Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
So another count where I started 0-2. Working back into it now.
Neither guy willing to give
That one
in,
was a
and
strike.
The at-bat will continue.
Barely. Show usually calls that one a ball, though. Or
There's a
because it's
swing and
just
a miss.
below
That's strike
the
3.
knees there.
That was some nice execution on that pitch.
Like
Spotted
that, I'm
it
not touching
nicely
this
down
curveball right
around
now.
the bottom of the zone. And when you
He
do
should
that,
not be this
especially with 2
unhittable.
strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
Here's Percy.
Stepping in now, Percy Hopkins. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Oh, and I'm
Good
nowhere
pitch
near
there
that
down
either.
below the
Any
zone,
off-speed
got him to
pitches
go
from
after it.
Santiago
Great pitch
here.
in
I'm
that
just not
situation.
getting
If he
on
makes
right now.
contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
There it is, and then he makes the mistake of throwing me a
On the
fastball
line,
right down
that's
the
a
middle.
base hit.
So Percy with the hit.
And
That's
that
2
runner
hits
will go
here
no
in the
further
4th.
than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now we have a
He
big
got the
spot
pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss
for
it right
Mason
there.
Franklin.
Hammer job.
Had the biggest hit so far for us today. A home run in the 2nd inning. He's at 429 to
In
start the
now,
year.
Mason Franklin, as he'll watch
I'm
a
gonna take that
curveball
curveball.
bends in there
I need a
under his
fastball.
hands.
Give me a
It's strike
fastball.
1. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the 2nd. Ready with the 0-1.
Nope, that one's inside. 1-1.
Everything this guy throws moves, and that 2-seamer has a mind of its own.
This one skied out toward
Nothing
right.
there. Changeup that's not going to get out.
Royal is
Escobar's
there.
at least going to
2
tag.
down.
He'll get to 3rd. Yes, sir. Very easily.
At the plate,
We at least
Elijah
have a scoring
Fujita
opportunity.
comes
Fujita is
almost
2
at
for
bat,
19
0
on the
for 1
season.
ball
Both of those
game.
hits were opening day. So he's gone 0 for 19 since 2 hits on opening day.
First pitch on its way.
Count 1-0.
I'm guessing he's walked a little bit though.
The 1-0.
Wouldn't imagine a bat like this
Offered
not
and
getting
missed
on
for the
base at
first
all.
strike.
1-1 after I go after that curveball again. Because of course I went after the curveball again.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Would expect a fastball now. 3 straight curveballs. This one should be the cheese. Oh,
Even now 2-2.
22 pitches from Santiago this inning. It's a big inning pitching wise.
From the belt, the pitch.
With the ball down. There we go, full count now. This one should be another fastball then. He's only missed with the curveball. Got Fish next. He's not as much of a threat as Fujita is, so I'm assuming they're going to try to challenge him here.
Now the payoff pitch home. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to
it's driving me nuts that Santiago's fastball barely touches 90, but I still can't hit him. At least just got to drive the pitch count up. And then there's the curveball.
You talk about pulling a rabbit out of your hat. He gets out of the jam, and the side is retired.
So nothing there. It's 3-1 through 4 innings. Marlins ahead in this one.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And digging in is the
Caleb
big-time
Grabo.
power threat. Caleb Grabo.
I'm assuming he's their starting third baseman now. He's got a better bat than Miles Flynn, so I would expect that to be the case.
In there,
and then I'd play him more at third base than second base. Of those two options. And then you can play first base in a pinch too. Not exactly your prototypical first baseman, but you could send him over there.
To send him packing for the second time. Line toward right center, and that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far.
Hey guys, he went for the punch out right there. Brought out Filthy McNasty down in the zone, and he's able to scramble that for a knock. Nice execution by the batter right there.
I don't like it. Here's A.J. Anderson. He's the starting catcher for these Marlins. He's at 500 to start the year. 7 for 14 after 2 knocks today. It's a fantastic backstop for these Miami Marlins. He does have some injury issues, though. So, again, if you're rolling with the Marlins, you probably need a good backup catcher.
And this ball's heading for the seats down
to have good balance between those two guys in your lineup.
From the belt, kicks and deals.
Even another slider up. This is unbelievable. I was not that far away from the meter again.
And they've really got
not setting it though. I nailed the throw meter. It's not going to matter.
Their own pitcher is absolutely
but it's second and third after an A.J. Anderson double.
This is a big moment in this game. If his teammates can pick him up and drive
I at least think about the bullpen now. Longman hasn't been used much. Reynolds does have 1 strikeout. He's a couple innings, I'm sure. Guy I'm thinking of is Clark Young though. Put out a fire. Got to get through Royal here, and then give them a tough decision in terms of their pitcher batting next. Royal did have a double, drove in a run, and a couple great plays on defense as well. One where he just had a good reaction, the other one where he made a great diving catch. Utility man for the Marlins.
And another foul ball. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be
aggressive. That's a nice take right there. That should have been strike 3.
The 1-2.
And that is strike 3. A cutter on the other side of the plate. Benny Royal takes strike 3. It's Cabrera's 6th punch out on the ball game. A big strikeout right there. So now we have the pitcher up. And they're going to roll with it. This is Andres Santiago hitting. Here's his card for hitting. 0 vision, 2 discipline. He's got 10-6 for contact power against rights. So we're just going to try to throw it right at him.
Into the box now, Andres Santiago.
At least throw strikes. Make it so he makes the out, makes the mistake instead of us making the mistakes.
Sinker.
And Cabrera still can't even throw strikes to the pitcher. Unbelievable.
In the air out to left. In there, a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Should not be giving up hits to the opposing pitcher. Yeah, again, this game just feels like one of those that we're destined to lose.
So now to the plate,
just didn't start off good. Of course, I won big on opening day, so I'm just due for an L here.
2 for 3 in this one. 1-1 to the Marlins leadoff hitter.
Not much I can say. It's just one of those games that just feels like I don't have a chance.
2-1 to count.
See, I'm not even throwing strikes now.
Looks like they're pinching him a bit here. It's 3-1.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking.
This is going to be a
gonna
deep
get
fly
pitch he
ball
can
that should
drive right
result
here.
in a sac fly.
Center. Here comes the runner
Yes,
from
sir.
third. And they'll extend
Easily
their lead
now
even
it's
further
5
as
to
the runs
1
in to score
Miami
from
over us.
third, make it 5-1.
That
No
was
big
a
runs
good,
there.
controlled swing out
Again,
of him
Cabrera's
there.
had to
And that's
fight his
exactly
way
what he was hoping to do.
out of a
Get it
couple
into
big
the
spots
outfield
here,
and
and
pick up the RBI.
Young takes over here with the runner at
just
first and 2 gone in the
don't
inning.
want anything to do with it anymore because he just hasn't been good.
From the belt, the pitch.
This is Clark Young. He's the closing pitcher on this roster, but I don't use him as a closer. He's much more of a, fifth, sixth, seventh inning kind of guy. I'll just bring him in to get a couple outs and put up fires.
Game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
Popped him up. Fish has a play, and the inning is over.
Pete Cook and Mariano Castillo. I'd say Castillo slightly
so
overcooked.
2 runs on 3 hits,
he might be a little harder to acquire.
Home half of the 5th coming up.
But
the Marlins
I think
lead this
Castillo
one
has a slight edge
5-1.
over Cook, mostly because of potential, and I think he's a year younger. But they're both kind of the same player type, kind of the guy you're looking for, J-Hack, what you mentioned in the Discord.
This one doesn't look good
But
so
I'd say
far,
Castillo
down
has
by
a slight edge.
boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Both guys that play utility positions. I believe 3 of the 4 spots for both of them. I'm not sure if Castillo plays first or not. But yeah, you'll have to give up some sort of C prospect probably for either one, depending on what they're asking for, where you are on the season.
Hit hard up the middle.
There's a knock for Fish.
Base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the
Jake
inning.
Fish, my third baseman.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside.
Are you still in spring training, J-Hack?
Base hit up the middle.
If you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Here's Ortega, Benito Ortega.
Standing in now, Benito Ortega.
This is actually another guy you could probably go after, J-Hack. Benito Ortega. Not as high fielding as you are looking for, I guess. But he's enough with the bat. These ratings are, of course, a little different since we're a year further in franchise than where you are. But someone else you could look into. You talking Eric Lynn? They do Eric Lynn straight up for Castillo? Okay. Yeah, that could work. Especially since you want nothing to do with Eric Lynn.
From the belt, kicks and deals. That misses
It's funny, I guess you just didn't pitch well with him. 1 day left in spring training. Okay. Good stuff. Opening day is always exciting.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1 and 2.
Of course, April 1st this year. Counting down the days as usual. The Brewers play the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, and it's Taylor
That's going to be a
made
double
to
play
short.
right to
6, 4,
Gonzalez, to
3,
Barry.
and they turn the double play.
Doesn't come much easier than that. Taylor made 6-4-3.
Hit it right at the shortstop. One of the better defensive shortstops in Bacon's fictional roster to one of the better defensive second basemen in Bacon's fictional roster. And that's how you get a tailor-made double play like that. I'm going to give Mesoraco a bat here. Julio Mesoraco plays the infield and the outfield. Utility bat off the bench.
Lifted the other way down the left field line.
One of my favorites on the bench, Julio Mesoraco. And nothing here. This is going to be a quick inning for Santiago.
Throw in time, and the side is retired.
That's great.
No runs on a hit, no
It looked
errors,
promising.
and no
We had that
left.
leadoff single,
We're
but
through
nothing
5
doing
here at the
through
ballpark.
5. It's
The
5-1
Marlins on top.
Miami. Again, thanks for joining me this afternoon. This is just a bonus stream. We'll also be on at 10 o'clock tonight for my regular scheduled game, which will be the Cleveland Spiders. Cleveland Spiders at home against the Detroit Tigers. That'll be 10 o'clock. I'll start just a little bit after. Just talk about this game on that to begin that stream, and then we'll jump into some gameplay. Should be about 90 minutes to 2 hours per usual.
First offering on its way.
This is Aaron Reynolds now pitching.
The 1-0.
Reynolds was a starter for us in the rotation last year.
There's a swing and a drive
And
hit well
this
out
is
to
part of
right
the reason why
field.
he's no longer a
Looking
starter.
up is the right fielder, and it's gone as they add still another.
Shaw's first home run.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him, and it's now a 6-1
There's
ball
no
game.
one holding that sign. Okay. I've never seen that glitch before.
Ball's jumping in this one. That's the fourth to lead.
I thought I got
the
it up
yard so
enough,
far.
honestly.
Matty V, this is just one of those days
Shaw likes
where
them
the
high,
ball
though, I
seems
guess.
to be fine, D-Row. The hitter's on
Went
point.
after that
The
one, hit
pitches
it
aren't
straight
making
away to
very
right
good
field, and I had
pitches.
no
That's what I
chance.
was going to say. It's all
Yeah, did
about
not get it high
executing
enough.
pitches, and they're not doing it today. They're leaving a lot of balls over the hard.
That one's right to
This
Franklin, though.
offense,
Another diamond defender. I get diamond defenders both at first and third base in this one.
Three unassisted.
Definitely improved our defense and our offense in the offseason.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
I'm feeling good with
Bases
where
are
we're
empty,
at
one
with
man out.
Kings, despite this
In there
game.
at the knees, 0-2 now.
Still in a good position overall. When that should have been strike three. Where?
What pitch
Wow.
recognition right there. 90% of the guys are going fishing after that nasty
I would really
slide.
think so.
Lifted
Yep.
down the line in left.
Gonna be a lazy fly ball, should go foul, but Fujita is under it. That's the
Fujita
second
is
out here in the
over
sixth.
now, and he puts this one away in foul territory, and there are 2 men out. Stepping
Feel
in and
Grabo
ready
coming
for
back.
another shot. Caleb
We're gonna try to get
Grabo
some length out of Reynolds.
lays off 1-0.
Down 5 runs. I'm not
Bases
too
are
worried about
empty
it
here
until we
with 2
start
men out.
scoring. So maybe have him go
High in the
this
air out
inning
to
and maybe
center
1 or
field.
2 more. Save the bullpen in a game where we lose by a bunch.
Ray is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. But the Marlins
But it's
tack
Derek
on
Shaw
one
who
more
hits the home
courtesy of the solo home run.
And it's 6-1.
Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. The Marlins lead it 6-1.
Need a rebuttal here. We got the top of the order coming up for our offense.
Jesse
Hopefully we can make this
Flowers
ball game. They're going to
will
bring in
come on
Jesse
out of the
Flowers,
bullpen as he'll
the
be appearing in
left-hander.
his 3rd game this season.
One of the few pitchers I have wearing a single-digit number. Number 5 for Flowers.
So stepping in, J.C. Ray. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. In there, and it's 0-1.
Lefties don't mind Ray. He hits as good against lefties as righties. A little different approach, though.
Now a swing and a ball
that
popped in
was
the
not a
air
good
back
one.
behind short.
Not a good approach.
Gonzalez backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
And with the lefty on the bump, that means Bobby Getz is going to get a pinch hitting appearance.
Digging in and looking for more.
I love Bobby Getz off the bench.
Already 2 for 2. He'll look to add
And
on
I
right here.
love him playing second base. So
Move
here's
into
an
the
opportunity
on-deck
for
circle
him.
now to try to get something started here
with
with
the stick.
1 gone in the inning.
Bobby Getz. So far, 333 without a home run, but he's driven in 1. That one was on opening day.
Easy take there on the sinker, well off the outside.
Getz is one of my favorite hitters from the first season, playing with these Atlanta Kings.
Out of
Plays
play
all over the
off
place,
to the
first,
right.
second,
It's
third,
1-1.
and the 2 corner outfield positions. What's up, Brad? Welcome to the stream. We're playing a tough game here, losing the Marlins 6-1. Just the second game of our season so far. We got a big win on opening day.
Misses,
Ball down just
2.
barely.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1 and 2.
Very
Counts
close.
now at
Yeah,
2
that
and
should have been a
2, but,
strike.
Boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
That one's down.
Full count now, 3-2.
Well, the 1-2 pitch didn't go his way, and now a miss there on 2 and 2. You know he doesn't want this at bat to get away from him, so I think we're going to see a challenge pitch on a full count.
Little tardy on that swing as it's
That
well
one would have been
wide
a
at
strike.
first.
Full count now to Getz.
Good bite to that
Not
sinker
on it.
as he gets him to swing through it for
Been
out
on
number
any
2.
other fastball
Well, I'm
he's been
glad we get
throwing,
another
but not
look at
that.
that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location.
Yeah, right on the
because
corner from
even
Flowers.
if you do get the bat on the
2
ball,
quick outs
there's
from the
not
lefty.
A whole lot you can do with that.
Now he's got to
Textbook
face
sinker.
Parker.
Stepping in now, Chase Parker has the first pitch to him, a sinker in the dirt for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. The 1-0.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
It's 3-0. I'm sure they'd rather face Hopkins anyways, left on left. Hopkins is not as much of a threat against left-hand pitching, especially not compared to Parker. And Chase Parker with a 3-0 single. We get the base runner, and Hopkins to the diff.
Not everyone feels comfortable pulling the clutch on 3-0 pitch right there, but he stayed within himself, didn't try and do too much.
I won't swing 3-0 too often. It's just big spots. You've seen that late in ball games, stuff like that. And then the 3-hitter right there with a 3-0 count, so I had to go after it. A lot, Duran. I gave up a couple home runs early. Had a home run myself. That was Mason Franklin. And Miguel Cabrera was all over the place. So it's 6-1 in the 6th. I have the starter out already. He didn't finish the 5th. And Marlins also in their bullpen now. This is Flowers.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Great job by the pitcher.
Duran, do you platoon Percy Hopkins?
We all know he's a sinker ball pitcher, but if he could throw some four-seamers up in the zone like that,
I was thinking I could, but he might be making too much where it doesn't make sense for me to platoon him.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
2-2 now.
Hard hit ball to second.
Oh, that one's not getting up the middle. That's the third out. We get nothing in the 6th inning. 6-1 still. I said you platoon with Percy Hopkins. I was thinking I could do it. I'm not sure if I have the firepower necessarily.
Bobby Getz stays in the
ball. I'm not as comfortable with him against lefties, so I was curious if you did the same.
Up next for Miami.
Maybe the bottom of Miami's order, so Reynolds should get through this pretty easily.
Popped him up. Getz over
First one to
his
get
left.
Ball always finds the new guy when you're
And that's
double
the first
switching
down
the
of the
game
inning.
or you come in defensively. You always get an opportunity fast. Bobby Getz makes the out there. This is Benny Royal. He's had a big game for these Marlins. A couple big defensive plays. And then a double in the gap his second time up.
On to first, and it's a quick start to the
Up from there, though. Reynolds with 2 quick outs.
Oscar Tejada will
It
get
can be
the
Oscar
call to
Tejada.
pinch hit here.
Tejada's
We'll see
initially
what
a
he can
first
do.
baseman
2 out, and the base is
for
empty.
the Rangers. He's stuck in AAA since they have 2 Major League first basemen already, one of them being King Hitter. Okay. Yeah, Duran, I was thinking I would do the same. Again, I'll check his contract, but I'm pretty sure
And
I'm
this is
paying him
taken
too much
outside for ball
to
1.
have him in a platoon.
2 out, nobody on.
But personnel is going to be a big thing there as well.
Sharp ground ball
Big
to
fish.
third.
Come on now.
Oh, and it eats
He's
him
been
up a
shaky
bit.
on defense.
Throw on to first
There
gets
we
him, and
go.
the side
Had an
is
error
retired.
earlier. I had a couple errors actually with Ortega and
Pitches, all
Fish
it takes
early
to
on.
win the Marlins. They lead it 6-1.
Both roll of the dice and our RNG errors. They weren't throwing errors.
Justin Yeager gets the call
Who's
from the
Yeager?
pen to take over on the mound and start the home
Only got
7.
1 out so far. It was a strikeout.
Digging in, Mason
I'll
Franklin
have
comes
5,
in
6,
1
and
for
7
2 with
this
that
time up.
home
We'll have
run
to
he
start
hit
thinking
earlier.
about the bullpen
It
again
doesn't
if
look
we
very
get to the pitcher
promising
spot.
so far in this one.
Probably
as
just
we
be Hendricks.
move into the later innings, down by a bundle.
I'd rather have
It's
Reynolds
time to
pitch
get
to
some
8th,
base runners and
and then I can
hopefully
go
a
to
long ball to
Hendricks
get them
in the
back into
9th.
this one.
Now here it comes.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Probably a design
That works
take
too,
right
Duran.
there.
Yeah,
They need
I think I
base
gave him a
runners, so
3-year
they're gonna make him
contract.
try to bring the ball in the
So
strike zone.
hopefully he at least hits against right-handers, and then it's worth it, and I can figure out somebody else for against left-handed pitching. I do have
Here's the
Dominguez, who's
0-1.
decent.
And now a
Against
curveball
lefties.
that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1.
So that's probably going to be the case. Probably do Dominguez. I did also lose Bradley Riddle for at least a month.
And he takes
That was in
one
a
off the inside
stimulation
corner for ball
before
2.
we started this
A
game.
curveball that kind of backed up on him
At
right
least
there.
a
Might
month,
have
maybe
popped out
2
of
for
his
my
hand
starting
just
shortstop.
a
So we
little
lose
bit
just a little
earlier
bit of
than he intended.
firepower for these Kings, but Mesoraco's back.
Now the 2-1 is a sinker that gets a swinging strike.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't
I'm not hitting
ready for
anybody
the
that they put out
fastball.
there.
Wow, was he
I
behind
didn't touch
that
Flowers.
fastball.
I couldn't touch
Great job
the
on
starter,
mound using the
Santiago, and now they got
curveball
Yeager out there,
to
and
set
I'm
up the
not
heater.
close
And
to
they
it
could
either.
go either way now, I suppose.
This is a guy I just
Boy,
don't hit
good cutting
off of
action to
anyways.
that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys
Right.
come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Yeah, and once you feel like he's useless, then he is completely useless too. Because you know the psychology of you using a player changes
0 for 2 for him to this point.
as you determine his actual value. Yeah, I'd have to check if I signed him to a 2 or a 3-year contract. I am not near these pitches. I wasn't near anything with Franklin just now, and now Fujita is on that sinker there. Again, I don't know what it is.
Outside, 2
Sometimes you just can't hit.
Couple strikeouts early in the
Feels
game,
like
but he's
this
done
game
a
is
much
one of those
better
games.
job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
Grounder down the line at third.
Oh, and a great play
Throw in
by
time at
Grabo
first for out number 2.
for the second out.
At the plate,
I like
Jake
it.
Fish.
Who's Jake Fish? Our starting third baseman, former Gold Glove winner.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hard
God,
hit towards center.
It seems like everything he touches
And a
gets in the
dive,
gap.
but it rattles in and out of the glove.
He had 2 doubles on opening day. That's a single right there off the glove.
Hey, listen,
I'm sure
when you
that's not
have
going
a
to be
good
an error.
sinker, you have to throw it, but he's gonna
Michael,
have to get
I'm
the
so
ball
curious.
much lower in the
I'm
zone
really
than that
excited to
house.
see
Yeah, from the offensive side,
how much they
Dan,
tell us.
two-seamer,
Because I'm really
pitcher,
not sure if it's
sinker
going to be a
baller, what
lot
have
or
you.
if they're
You're
just
looking
going
for
to,
that thing
you know,
to
still
pop
be
out
like, oh, here's
above
some
the belt,
gameplay on
and
the
that's
PlayStation
exactly
5,
what
and that's
happened
it.
right there, miss-mid.
But I'm really curious. I'm going to pay a lot of attention, probably
Into
watch
the
it a
box,
second time
Benito
later on, probably
Ortega.
tomorrow.
She'll go after the first
Just
pitch
to make
and
sure that
bounce
we
it
don't
into
miss
foul
any details.
territory. 0 for 2
And then, of
from
course,
him
for anyone
so
in
far
Discord,
this one.
if you see anything that's new, if you see anything I might be interested while they're streaming today, throw it in the Discord, and we can talk about it in there. I think they'll go longer than an hour.
Well below the knees,
I remember
laid
when they
off on
streamed in the
changeup
past,
there.
they would go longer than an hour. They'd go, what, 90 minutes, sometimes 2 hours or so. They just show off new features, new
Cold strike
mechanics,
on the
new
inside, and he can't believe it
new
at the
logic
plate. It's
sometimes,
1
or
and 2 now.
you know, when they remove rocket bunts, they
Runner
showed
on
bunting
first
for like
with 2
15
away.
minutes, stuff like that. But I'm sure they're gonna go over an hour.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball
Yeah, very
in off
excited,
the plate.
very
One of the
excited
things you
just to
wanna do
hear
as a
any
pitcher,
information.
try
I
to
want to see
stand those hitters
PlayStation
up.
5 gameplay more than anything else, but I really just want to see anything that they have for us.
Set and the 2-2 pitch.
The ball outside. It's a full count to Ortega.
Well, this has been
My
a
pitcher
good
spot
at-bat.
is next.
Now
This is a
with
big
the count
spot
0
for
3 and 2, it allows
what
the
I
runner
do
on
for the
first
remainder
to
of
be
the
on the
game
move
at
with
least.
2 away.
If not, at least putting up a threat here.
Ready to deliver the full count pitch.
That should have been
Good
ball
swing
4.
on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. 2 out with the man at first. Down the third baseline. But
That one
this'll
was a
get
strike.
fouled,
Fish got a
so
terrible
they'll do
jump
it
there.
again. 3 and
Should
2.
be running with a full count and 2 outs.
Another full count pitch
He
home.
keeps getting awful
This is hit
jumps.
the other way out
Nothing
toward
there.
left field.
It'll be a fly out from
And
Ortega.
that will
We'll have Reynolds
conclude
go another
matters
inning then.
here in the 7th. So the batting order turns over now.
So I
He's
want
set
to
to
do
go
Hendricks and have him be ready and
Travis
waiting.
Berry,
He'll
2
take
for
the
3
ninth.
with a double on his
This is
line so
Reynolds.
far.
Just trying to eat innings, save my
High in the
bullpen,
air
and
deep
he
to
gives up
left
a home
center
run. Okay.
field. Looking up is the left fielder. Gone to lead off the inning.
Yeah, it wasn't just Cabrera who's been shaky, I guess.
So a solo
Reynolds with
shot
his
here
second
to left
home run
center field.
given up.
Second home run early in the year, as it's now a
Very
6-run
second home
ball
run
game.
hit right there.
Wow, you don't see this very often. There aren't very many pitchers that are good hitters, and sometimes you take
was
a
not a
pitcher for
pitcher.
granted. You just want to lay one in there. Mistake, because this guy just took him deep.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the jump
now,
on PlayStation
Junior
5 from
Gonzalez
MLB 20 to 21
in
is
the
going to be a
air out to
lot
left.
bigger than the jump on
Left fielder
PlayStation
is on the
4
move.
from MLB 20 to 21.
He gets there to
So
make
I'd say
the
it's
play
worth
for
it. If
the
you already
first
have a
out of the
PlayStation
inning.
5, it probably is worth it to buy MLB The Show 21. because it's a game that's actually made for the PlayStation 5.
Shaw, he'll swing it from the left side.
And then Stadium Creator. I hope they mess around with Stadium Creator on the stream whenever they get to that. I don't know the schedule off the top of my head or have it in front of me.
Hey, listen, a home run is a home
But
run.
One ball, no strikes.
again, like I'm just excited to see all the new stuff that they're putting in.
Drilled to the right side. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Nice execution right there. Ball was down below the knees. He stayed through it and was able to drive it
Not a
for a
good
base
pitch.
hit.
Reynolds has not been
Now,
good either.
Bobby Baldwin, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
Oh, definitely get it early.
This
Yeah,
one
if you're gonna buy the
almost
show at
invokes
all,
the
if you
story,
know
was clearly
you're playing the
long
show
ball.
or you're
What
going to
are
play
your
the show a
thoughts on
lot,
this offense,
and you
fellas?
know
Well,
know
Manny,
how much
I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll,
you
but
enjoy it
boy,
now,
when
I
the
would
weather
definitely
starts to warm
pre-order.
up and the ball starts jumping out like
I still
this,
have
it's
put
clear
off
that
doing
the
that
pitchers
myself,
need to
but I'm
start
definitely
making
doing it
better
soon.
pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really
This one could
chased
be a double
today.
play. Nope.
Really stayed
Too
staunch
slow
on
developing. We
their
get the lead runner at
ability to
least.
get that pitcher to come into
Yeah, but
the
those
plate
extra 4
and
days, that
take
extra
advantage of
weekend
it.
is going to be huge for a lot of people.
Now at the
So I would
plate,
definitely
Ryan
pre-order,
Little.
especially after watching
Ready to
streams,
deliver.
watching,
Here's the first pitch.
seeing new stuff that they're putting in.
1 the count. Comes set. Now the pitch. Hit
And again,
down the
hopefully
third
my roster
baseline.
works on 21.
This will be a foul ball as he's behind.
That's what I'm really
0-2
hoping
now.
for.
And he takes a big swing at that one as this one's lifted
can
high in the air and deep out to
Give up
left
more home
field.
runs when
And that
the
one
other
is
team's already
gone
winning by a bunch.
on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His second home run of the game as they've
This
widened
is Ryan
this
Little's
lead to
second
8
home run
now.
of the game. Marlins extended big time right here. And this is a laugher. Again, we won big opening day to start the year, and now it's going the other way here against the Marlins. I still am feeling good about this team overall. I really like the few new guys that are brought in.
So
I really
now to the
like
plate, Caleb Grabo.
the direction that they're headed.
Back up the middle
But
and in
you're
for
always
a
going to have
base
these
hit.
losses
So
like
the
this.
2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive.
Yeah, good grief is right, yeah.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your cap right
Reynolds
there.
with 2
Execute
home
a
runs
nice
given up in the
pitch
inning.
down in the zone. Think you're going to get a ground ball or a swing and a miss, and you find
Not where I
yourself
threw
with a
that
man on
pitch.
first. Got to regroup.
He's had a
A.J.
great
Anderson
game
is now
so
a triple
far,
shy
and
of the
a triple
cycle.
would complete the cycle.
No
Called
chance I'm letting
strike
them get a
0-2.
cycle and score 10 runs against me.
And he
That's a
strikes
slider
him
down.
out here,
Strike
so he's
3.
able to stop the
Reynolds at
bleeding a
least
bit as the
limits
side
the
is
damage.
retired.
Could have
So
been a
3
lot
runs
more.
on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on.
And he's gonna be done. I don't want. I don't like Reynolds. I don't want him to start for me. I want him on the field as little as possible. Here's Ozzy Ramirez.
Ozzy
to hit.
Ramirez will try and get his
They're gonna
club
keep
back
Yeager
into it here
in.
as he'll pinch hit to
It'll be
lead
Jordan
off the
Hendricks
home
to
half
pitch
of the
for
eighth.
me in the 9th inning. 8, 9, and 1 for the Marlins at that time. We're down 9-1, so looking for a lot of base runners here.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. Ramirez, a Colombian-born ball
He had a
player.
home run on
He's in
opening
his rookie
day.
year here at the big league level. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
Drawn, yeah, I agree. It's going to depend on what they show us in the streams. That's why I'm so excited about the streams.
A strike,
But if I'm
and
going to
it's
buy 21
2-1.
at all, I'm going to pre-order it. And yeah, if rosters carry over, then I'm definitely pre-ordering it. I want it in my hands the first possible
now,
second
pitch on
if
the way.
my rosters are going to be
a
on it
swing to forget
right away.
there, it's back even at 2-2.
Swinging at junk again. But yeah, Stadium Creator isn't the only thing that is going to make me buy a PlayStation 5 and make me
And he
you know,
fouls this one off.
buy MLB 21. Even though I am interested to see what people do with it.
The 2-2 one more time. In the air, out to right. Right fielder is on the run.
Again,
and
Royal
he
making all the
tracks it
plays out there in the
down.
outfield.
Nice play for the first out.
Very good
Standing
defender.
in,
He's usually a
J.C.
center fielder, can
Ray.
play a few different
First
spots.
offering on its way.
0-1. Count 1-0.
I'm excited to keep making more improvements to the roster if it does transfer as well. Probably done making new moves in MLB
It's a lot
20.
easier to hit
So
when
anything
you're
I
putting
do
yourself in good
that's
hitters'
new is
counts.
going to
This
be
guy's done a
implemented
great
only in
job
MLB
not
21.
swinging
Of course,
at
if the
pitchers'
roster
pitches,
does work.
and when he's getting
So
the ball in the zone,
we will
he's
see.
getting the barrel to it. He's been hot
Here's the
lately.
2-0 to JC. Doesn't have a hit yet today.
Left side, but well
Left the
fouled.
curveball up, and I wasn't close to it.
Oh, that's the spot he didn't want to miss in, but he got away with it.
The 2-1 home.
John, I'm sure there'll be a good mix of both. There'll be a lot of crazy stuff for DD. Some people will just, you know, make a cheese stadium, and we'll see. You know, you'll see that a lot. But there will definitely be people who just make realistically fake stadiums and realistically classic stadiums. But yeah, you'll get a good mix of everything, I'm sure.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Skied in the air
JC's
to
gonna go 0
straightaway
for
left.
4. Lazy fly ball to left fielder Little.
Little is in his
the
tracks
play.
now as he makes the catch for route number 2.
And here's Bobby Getz.
Now, Bobby Getz.
Struck out in the
He'll
6th
look to
inning. He's
bounce
2 for
back
7 so
after
far to start the
striking
year.
out
Very
his last
early
time
on.
up.
Yeah, Matty, big time.
Not
play
even
last
in
time
April yet
up,
in
and
this
it's been a tough
franchise.
series for him so far. You can tell he's
He
just
launches
not
one. Let's
seeing
go.
the
This is
ball
gonna be
off this
double.
team. Let's see
Yes,
if he
sir.
can make
Ground
an
rule double for
adjustment.
Bobby Getz.
And now this will get
That's his
over
first
the
double of
wall,
the
down
year.
the line out there
Right down the
for a
left
ground
field
rule
line.
double.
Should be with the
You
squad
can
all
see
year
that he
long,
was
too, so I'm
all
excited to
over
see
that
what kind of
pitch,
numbers he
yanking
puts
it
up in a
down the
full
line.
season.
They're lucky that
He
thing
had, I
bounced
believe,
over the
13 or
fence because
14 home
if it
runs
would've
just in a
got
bench
lost in the corner out there,
utility,
there's
you know,
no
platoon
telling how
role
far he could have gotten.
last year for about half the year. So having him on the squad for all 162 should be fun.
As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this
This is
point.
Chase Parker. Hits the ball hard at everybody. Need one up the
Getting
middle,
a
and
few
we can
steps
score a
off
run
the
here.
second there. Now the pitch.
Nope.
Slow roller out to short. He's got it, and 8 innings have come and
Oh,
gone
and that was the
now
third
as
out.
the
Okay.
inning is over.
Nothing doing there. Getz had a
Danger
double,
averted following the
but
2-out
Yeager
double.
gives up
Don't go anywhere.
nothing,
More
and
Tuesday
it's
night
9-1
baseball
entering the
after
ninth.
this.
I do want to change
Jordan
pitchers. It's going to be
Hendricks
Jordan Hendricks,
enters
my
now
right-hander.
in a mop-up
He
role,
was a
so
free
try to
agent
keep
to
the
start
deficit right
Bacon
where it
Stream
is.
roster, so if you want to find him, add him to your squad. He's in the free agency. He's one of the better closing pitchers available, and that's why I signed him to a 3-year deal.
All set
And you
to
should get him
start
for
the
under
ninth
$1
in
million
this one.
a year, too.
Standing in
The
outfielder,
veterans made enough money
Benny
just went to be on a good team.
No balls in 1 strike.
3-pitch pitcher, sinker, 4-seam, and a slider.
Here's one that misses high.
I wouldn't
It's
necessarily have
1-1.
him closing either. He's in the 70s overall,
Heading out towards shallow
but he's a
right.
good middle relief pitcher. Have him pitch high
Hopkins
leverage
has
if his
to come in
morale
a
is
few
up.
Steps, but he has it for route number 1.
Decent right-hander with a sinker.
Now batting.
Now to the plate.
They're
The
gonna have Yeager
pitcher,
just stay in.
Justin Yeager.
Okay.
This one's flared off to the right side.
course.
Right
Today's the
field
day where I
coming
give up all my
on.
hits to the pitchers.
Can't get to it. This one's down. Well,
Yeah,
that's his
Ron, I
first
really thought
major
that
league
there was
hit.
only one out there,
might
too.
not be too many more to come, considering
Doesn't
he's
happen
a
too
pitcher,
often, but
I'm
yeah,
sure that's still a pretty exciting
Seems like
moment for
everything
him.
goes wrong
Hey,
every
listen,
once in a
hits are
while.
hard to come by, man. I only had one in my entire 18-year career. 1 for 15, but hey, I still remember
Yeah,
that
thrown to the
one
wrong
hit.
base. I usually default to
Here
cutoff
it
men
comes
as
on
well,
0-2.
but yeah,
Another one
I've seen it
sent
where like I'll
foul.
put my head down and I
Hendricks
stop
is one of
paying
those
attention
guys
to
who
the
just seems
base
to
runner,
be
and
at
then
his
he
best
goes
under
to second or
pressure.
goes to
Runners in
third, stuff
scoring
like that.
position, tight
And that's always
game,
annoying.
tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch
This
out
should be a
of
double
trouble.
play.
Trouble that's
Yes, sir.
created by
Getz.
the pitchers before.
Room
Well,
service.
he's been
Thank
made,
you.
and that retires the side.
That was the best
So
part about
no
giving up a
runs
hit
on
is that it
one
made
base
it
hit, no
nice and
errors,
easy
and
for
no
another
one
double
left
play.
on.
Our
On
second
to the
in
bottom
2
of
innings.
inning number 9. 4,
We'll have
5,
4, 5, and
6 coming
6 up now. Just
The
try
Marlins
to
on top, 9-1.
make a fuss with their bullpen here.
Ready now, Percy Hopkins starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them.
Yeah,
at
guys
this
scored 8
point.
runs
These
to
guys
tie.
know these bats still count.
I've done it
At least
before.
for
I've
their
scored
own
more than 8
stats,
in an inning
can't
before.
mill their chances as a professional.
First pitch of the at-bat.
And this is Yeager's 3rd inning out of the bullpen. His 3rd complete inning. Yeah, he had 6 outs already. So this will be trying for a save here. Trying for a 3-inning save out of the Marlins bullpen. He's thrown 34 pitches already. He shouldn't have the energy to
1-0.
throw too many more.
This one's
And this is
going to
help. Hopkins to left field.
Now this will rattle
That should
up
be a
against
double.
the wall.
Percy Hopkins, a double off the wall.
And just what they needed here to
And that's the
the
start
bottom
of something.
the ninth
Let's get
as
it.
He's in with a 2-base hit.
Now batting. First baseman.
Talk about starting off the inning with a bang. Goodness. When this thing left the bat, I thought it was out of here. And I think he might have too. Only made it to the warning track, but he glides into second base with a leadoff double.
Standing in now, Mason Franklin.
Oh, and Franklin.
He lines it out to center.
That's in there. Base hit.
Love the sound of the perfect. I think I had 2 all day, and they were
The runner
both
from
Mason
second
Franklin.
crosses the
So
plate.
there he is with a
Dan,
single,
right here
and
you
that's a
see
quick
situation where
rebuttal.
no
This is the
doubles
beginning
defense
of our
can
comeback
come back
right
to
here.
bite
Mason
you. As a
Franklin.
pitcher, were you even aware
With a
when
single
guys
right
are
up the
playing
middle.
a foot off the track?
I'll be honest with you, D-Roll. You're so
He drove in our
concerned
first
about
run as
on
well.
the
That was a
mound trying to
solo
get that
home run in
right
the
ball
second,
into that
and that is the
dark brown
second
or
run
black
here.
glove that I never really ever turned around to even notice where they
Oh,
were
Duran,
playing.
yeah,
I
exactly,
was
yeah.
concerned about
Just
getting the
completely
guy
messes
out
around on
swinging
defense.
the bat.
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen too much. He had a bad jump on a couple fly balls today,
Nobody out.
but he's been
Into the
okay for me.
box, Elijah Fajita, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1.
But yeah, and then you line one in the gap like that, and it's perfect. And I love that he has a shift on, and then he goes against the shift there too. So Yeager won't get a
Ready
3-out
with the
save.
1-0 pitch.
2-0.
That's nice if nothing
Aquavito,
else. A little silver
a
lining, make the
6'4"
Marlins get into their
right-hander.
bullpen a
This
little
is
bit
his
more
6th
here.
season for him in the big leagues.
And we did win the first game
The 2-0.
of this
Swing and a
series.
miss, strike 1.
I got 2-1 the count.
He struggled quite
That
a
is
bit
bad.
at the plate in this
Swing
one.
at that
So
pitch on
until
2-0.
he shows he can put a good swing on the ball, I don't think they're going to give him anything straight that he can handle.
2-2 now. And he comes back with one down and in for ball
Jake
3.
Fish is next. He's my
Runner
third
at
baseman.
first with no outs here.
Would love to have him bat with multiple runners on.
Too close for
That was
comfort,
ball
and he
4,
did a
wasn't
good
it?
job just to make contact.
Could have been. Could have been strike 3 as well. That's a nice borderline pitch from Aquavito.
He struck
And there
him
is
out
strike
the
3.
third time he's
Fujita
fanned in the
continues
game.
his hitless
Oh,
streak.
man, been
He's only had
absolutely
hits
getting
on opening day,
overmatched at the
and then
plate the
simming up
last
to this
couple of
game, he
games.
also
That's
had
his
no
fifth
hits.
strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff,
This
they
is Jake
figured
Fish.
out how to
There's a
attack
Tim
this
Fish
guy.
in the
We'll see if
bullpen.
he can make any
No
adjustments.
relation between the
Jake
two.
Fish is the batter now.
The
as he
issue is
looks
there's
at a
just,
bowl of 1-0.
you know, so few last names to use where there's always going to be duplicates of, you know, Williams or Johnson. Sometimes I did duplicates of Fish. So
From the belt, kicks and deals. Pulled toward right center
yeah,
field.
nothing there. Aquavito comes in and shuts this down.
Baldwin
2 straight
is there
outs
now,
right
and he
there.
has it, 2 gone.
Fairly quickly. And I'm down to my final out now. It's
Digging in
Benito
the switch
Ortega. I'd
hitter,
love for him to at
Benito
least get on
Ortega, as
so
the
we can
switch hitter will take his
get another
cuts
bench guy a
left-handed here.
spot, a
Very
chance to hit
difficult
here.
to be a switch hitter in baseball today. Without
Ortega
question,
off
the
to a
more
slow start.
comfortable
He's
side
1
being
for
from the right
13.
side.
Plays
So
all
he's
4
gonna have his
infield
work cut
spots.
out for him
Decent
here,
defender.
hitting left-handed.
Switch hitter. Not too much with the bat. Better against lefties.
High and deep down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. Has them down to their final strike. Here it
Count
comes.
1 and 2.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
There we go.
There's a
2 and 2.
fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Benito Ortega.
And it's fouled away.
There we
Hard
go.
liner
He
to
gets a
center
knock.
field.
That's another
And
perfect.
that's in there. Base hit.
Love to see it. Now we get the bench. Another opportunity to hit right here. Trying to think of who I want to have
there's
bat.
another base hit, making it first and second. They're piling up.
There's
the
only
hits
2
on
guys
the
there.
day,
I
but
can't think of
so far,
both of
not
them.
many runs to show for it.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely
Calvin
a few
Zimmer
knocks in
or
the cupboard
Francisco
makes you feel good. Your
Dominguez.
batting average goes up, but that doesn't help you
Dominguez
win
seems
ball
like the
games.
guy. It's going to be against a
Somebody's gotta
right-hander.
come up with a nice
Just a little bit
AB
better
with runners in scoring
overall.
position.
He's my 4th outfielder.
Francisco
Consistent
Dominguez
4th
start to
outfielder for me.
loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
He had a couple walks on opening day. Drove in a run with one of his
It's the
bases loaded
outside corner,
walks.
it's strike 1. His prior history in this matchup, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And he falls behind 0-2. Dominguez stands 5'9" as you see him in the right-handed box. He's a veteran of 7 years at the major league
0-2
level.
now to Dominguez. Again, down to our last out here. Thanks for bearing with me all this game. I will be back again for another. We'll play the Spiders tonight at 10 o'clock Central. The Cleveland Spiders. That one's against the Detroit Tigers. I'll preview that one after this game ends. I also want to look at Percy Hopkins' contract. I think I gave him a 3-year deal.
Still
but we'll quickly take a look at that before
we
get into
first and second.
Or before I log off, I mean.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch.
There we go, another full count.
To lay off the slider there, and he
love it to at least make him work. Aquavito's throwing 22 pitches here. And that was ball 4. Not even close there.
Throw to first is going to be
That's how this game is going to end. So I swing at a terrible pitch down. At least we stuck to the theme. I swung at a terrible curveball and dirt to end this one. I'm now 21-17 on stream after this 2-9 loss against the Miami Marlins.
So they are very happy with this win.
A 9-2 finish at the end of this contest.
Still very early, so the Kings are now 4-2 on the season.
Andres Santiago gets the win.
Yeah, J-Hack, I mean, it happens. When you want to play realistic baseball, you're going to have some losses. Losing is realistic. Again, it's unfortunate. Just felt like we didn't have a chance today. And didn't hit against Santiago. Didn't hit against their bullpen. Put up a fight, at least, against the back of their bullpen there. Acavito, again, had to throw 23 pitches to finish this one off. And the pitching was the issue. Cabrera gave up 5. Reynolds gave up 4, and that's how you lose right there, by giving up 9 runs. And then on top of it, we didn't walk at all, so another loss. In Season 2 of this franchise, we're 0-2 when we don't walk. Both of my losses, I had 0 walks. Hey, yeah, and I hate losing too. It's just, I'm okay with it. I'd rather have a close game where we lose by a run than, you know, have a big game where we win by a bunch. I think that's better television, better Twitch TV, if you will. So let's look at Percy Hopkins. I believe I gave him a 3-year deal. I did. $5 million. Duran, this is what it looks like. $5 million flat for each season. Against lefties, I just got to look for a fastball up. He's got good hot zones, hot zones for pitches up in the zone against left-handers. So that's what I got to look for. And then they're scattered against righties. But something to think about there. And then if I were to platoon with him at all, it probably would be Dominguez. I think what I was doing before was I was going to have Dominguez in the left, and then I would put Elijah Fujita in right field, and then that would be a pseudo platoon, if you will. But that's gonna be it for this one. Let's look at the Spiders. I'll sim to that game there. It's gonna be Andrew Durango against Jack Withenshaw. A home game here for the Cleveland Spiders. We do still play at Progressive Field because there's no Creative Stadium in MLB 20. But Andrew Durango will make his debut here, his Spiders debut against the veteran Jack Withenshaw. That'll be at 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to do a raid. I'm actually going to raid a small streamer, just some random guy who's on right now. So if anyone has suggestions for the raid, I was going to raid someone who's currently got about 0 to 3 viewers, and then we can help out somebody who's just grinding on the show. So if anyone has recommendations for that, let me know. Drawn gave him 4 years for $4 million. I like that. Yeah, less money for 1 more year. Works out if he hits for power too, especially. Let's look at him real fast. Right there. Last year, 19 homers, just a .216 average. So not a great year. But hoping for a bounce back. I think he'll hit more than 20 homers for me. Already has 2. Bunch of walks to start off the year as well. Has 2 doubles too. So, so I'm gonna set up that raid. So stick with me. Let's help out some small streamer as I set up this raid right here, and we can chat later tonight. Talk about the video from today later on. But is going to be it for the stream today. Or this afternoon, I should say. So let's just raid some random guy. And thanks for being here.